How's it going? Alrighty. Um, let's go over some things real quick. So we've came up, we filled in CE of the new week, which I figured we would. And now we've been trapped in this range for the last 2.5, 3 hours. So I'm thinking we're gonna have to see price expand in one direction or the other. Maybe down to this 15 minute to get a long. Or 5 minutes, sorry, not 15. I'm guessing it's a 15 though. Yeah. So 15 minute here or 5 minute, and then let's take a look at 50%. All right. So there's 15 minute 50%. So if we're gonna get a long, maybe run this LRLR here. You're gonna see price come down to 50 here. If we're gonna get a short to target that 15, here you see price run up, and then this will be like the AMD, right? Can I go over financial Jews? Sure. So what I have is I don't even know what I have, but this is like basically your Forex factory here on the left with a few more news events, like different Fed speakers and whatever else that aren't on there. So just imagine that this is basically your Forex factory. And then here down the middle is all the different news, right? Like Trump speaking, whatever, right? And if you want to hear, what's happening as the news comes out, you can turn on these things, right? So this is Tick Strike, and that basically just sends you a notification every single time some news comes out relevant to the S&P 500, and then this is just the voice version of that. And apparently I have the delayed version because I'm guessing if you become like the paid version, it's like live or whatever. But you'll just have somebody talking in the background here, right? And so I just have that on a different monitor running. But yeah, these are. I mean, Trump is giving us high impact news. If it looks like a news event that would be bullish, like canceling of tariffs or whatever, this is what you're going to see. So if you see that Trump is talking about canceling tariffs and we get a 1 minute inverse like that, this kind of becomes a no brainer setup to at least the break even, right? Um, but yeah, right now, the current draw I think is lower into this 15 minute. So I don't know. We'll just have to see. Did I take this 1 minute long? No. Honestly, I didn't even take anything funded today. Um, I was just on eval scalping this morning, the 15 second, um, and the 30 second, because I honestly didn't like the price action. I thought it was pretty mid. So I scalped like a short when we closed below this 30 second gap, I think. Whenever that happened. Like here, I guess, I just like tagged in and then went to break even at the low and scaled here. And then I also took. There was another 30 second short that happened at 10 o'clock. Yeah, this one right here. And the reason why this one was good, even though it was invalid, is because we made equal lows on the 5 minute and like a few other time frames. And this is a data wick, so we can expect price to respect the IFEG as well as the fair value gap here as well as the order block. And so you can just take a short out of here, and that works to the low. So those are the two scalps I took. Um, And then, yeah, after that, I didn't take anything else. And then the news came out, and honestly, I wasn't going to chase along there because I wasn't sure what else was going to be said or what other news was going to release. So I was too late for this, and I wasn't unfunded or anything. I think at the time I was actually switching from my MFFUs to my Apexes, so I missed that. And then we just went straight up, and then we've just been chopping basically since after that news release came out, and there hasn't been anything textbook since. So in order to get something else textbook, we need to see price sweep either this high, like I mentioned, or sweep this low, or just tap into the 15, whatever. We take out these equal lows. All right. 15-second at 11:30. Honestly, nothing in this range I would consider textbook. There was a 3-minute short that looked interesting, right? This one here, just because of the massive reaction. But obviously, scale plus break even, right? Right now, it kind of looks like we're putting in some LRLR to the downside. It's kind of got like an LRLR thing happening there. And then here a little bit. So I bet you if we break these 1-minute gaps, we'll probably just head lower. And then we also have this LRLR up here, kind of, right? So we just have to pay attention. Basically, just don't take a trade unless we're above this blue line or below this blue line. And that's going to be the overall theme for the session. All right. So we've kind of covered the trades from this morning, the 1-minute here, the 30-second short here, and then 30-second up here. And then we've covered what we're going to do for today. All right. So yeah, let me go back to that 11:30, 15-second that we talked about. Guessing it's this one. This is okay. We're delivering out of the BPR to the left here. Some decent LRLR. So yeah, this is alright if you took that. I kind of like this for a long too, but it's invalid. So yeah, this is okay. If you took that, it's fine. I wouldn't have been trading this chop at all. Like, whenever we see price get into this range on the higher time frame, it's not worth it because we struggle to sweep liquidity, and that's what our price targets are, right? So whenever we're in like this accumulation phase, it's just better to wait for that manipulation leg to come. Alrighty, how was everyone's weekend? Good. That's good. What'd you do, Dapper? Nothing? Hey, sometimes that's all you need. My one friend from back home is moving to Wisconsin, so we kind of just had like a going away hangout. We went and got lunch and went to Top Golf, and it was a good time. I'm so bad at golf. Monkey, I'm not dodgy. We did not do any videos. I got the driver there. I drove it for 150 yards from the lowest level, which is pretty terrible. When Tom Brady's like 45 and hitting his driver like 330 or whatever. Hey, exactly. At least I hit the ball. It was cool though when I actually got it going because I mean I got some loft, but nah, my form isn't good enough to get power behind it. I just hit really slow still because if I try and hit quick, I'll top the ball or whatever. But my accuracy is good, which is fine. No, I'm from Michigan, so I was golfing in snow at Top Golf. Why is 21,345 not an equal low? Uh, because it's not. Where do you see equal lows? Maybe you're looking at MNQ. Looking at my screen, well, 345 is up here, so there's no equal lows there. If you're talking about here, it's because they're probably a tick off. So let's look at this low. So we have this low, which is 341. This low over here is 341.25, and then this low is 340.75. So these are relative equal lows. We can keep these marked. So yeah, whenever they're a tick off like that, they're not perfect equal. So far, I think ES and NQ have been pretty correlated today, so that's good. So yeah, guys, right now I'm kind of expecting price to just continue to range until we kind of get a breakout in either direction. Either sweep buy side here, or go for the sell side. It's a good amount of momentum down, but not really any singular obvious gap here for us to take. And then obviously the 30 seconds invalid at the low there. Maybe we'll start seeing price run this, and then if we have a 2 minute here. So yeah, this 2 minute getting inverse would be good if we got it just to run to the equal lows here. So let's take a look at this. So stop is 30 points. Take profits about 35. The bad part about this is we are going to have a bit of a inception gap situation. So it's actually going to be like 46 points. And then take profit probably has to be 1-to-1. So maybe we target the 15 here. If we get the 2 minute, which might be a bit of an overreaction right now. Am I still in college? No, I graduated a couple years ago. I trade full time. Is the 1 minute the lowest I'll mark for equal lows? Yes. Yeah, I won't go below that. 30-second, they happen too frequently, and they don't appear on enough time frames for me to consider them. But these are equal lows here. Yeah, Stalker. That's a good point. Okay, I'll keep an eye on that. Um, Trump speaks with Trudeau at 3. Yeah, so that'll probably be huge. Yeah, Fahrenheit, I guess. My one friend who's trading options got smoked this morning. Oh, Fahrenheit. I did my taxes, by the way. The news smoked them. He was in a short. My um, taxes were approved by both my state and the federal government. I know Fahrenheit. We're making progress. Hopefully, we don't have to talk about it now for another year since I already did them. So, just under a 1099. All right, so there's the 1 minute inverse up here. Like I said, I kind of have to wait for this 30-second, and then obviously I have to wait for like something a little bit more obvious. We are bullish though, so this does look bullish here. It's invalid. Um, I guess this is where you'd go to break even on the 1 minute, but I would have wanted to see the 30-second break there since it was more obvious. But now it's just invalid. How bad is my taxes? Not as bad as I thought, honestly. I thought they were going to be worse than they were, so. I mean, I just did the typical stuff. Like prop firm fees and TradingView and Discord Nitro and Home Office, and that's about it. So there would be like TP1 on the 1 minute long. No delivery. Swept that. It just had that V shape to it. I'm shocked that just worked for 20 points. Did I file as an S corp? Nah. I'll do that this year. My taxes weren't bad enough for me to have to do that, honestly. They were worse last year. Yeah. 1 minute was clean, but the 30-second never closed over. But yeah, I mean, the momentum was good. That's insane, Fahrenheit. So it looks like we are going to break the LRLR. I believe you that it would be true. You can write off a lot of things. You can write off caviar for your clients. It's silly. Dude. I wonder if is this like the silver bullet? I don't barely pay attention, but is this like what ICT would say is the silver bullet for those who trade the silver bullet? See, that's what. See, okay, monkey, you get it. The silver bullet only applies if it works, which that just makes no sense. Dude, why is Ecuador placing 27% tariffs on Mexico? so we're kind of in the process of running this. Damn. That's fine. Hopefully we get some form of reversal here. So we're really respecting this 2 minute. This is the gap that's significant. Jess, maybe. The problem is I can't take a trade when we have conflicting draws. So we have relative equal lows, an unfilled 15 minute and unfilled 5. Okay? And then we have LRLR above. And we still have the new week to fill in. So when we have conflicting draws and we're chopping in a range, I just prefer to sit out. Because do you see what the trend has been for the last 3 hours? How we've just been kind of chopping in this range? I don't know if we're going to sweep these highs. Or these highs, for that matter, right? We could just continue to chop in this range. When we put in this 2 minute, and we respect it multiple times, like that's a good sign, right? Because before, when we were putting in bearish PD raise, bullish PD raise, it didn't matter. We would just like run through everything. But now that we're kind of getting back to that, you know, us respecting gaps, we kind of have an idea of where the market wants to go. But by then it was like too late because we have this, right? So let's say that this was where price was. You're longing in premium, first of all, right? So we don't want to do that. So that already degrades the setup to an A minus if this was A plus, right? But I don't even think this is an A plus setup because we don't get the good liquidity sweep. We have equal lows below. We have, you know, fair value gap down below that needs to be filled. So this is just like a B setup. No, R-Wink. No, I'm just tape reading. Oh, and on the 1 minute close, we had the 30 seconds still, which hadn't closed. So this was like a B minus setup. This is not good. I mean, we have equal lows below for crying out loud, and we're long in premium. And Jess, like, I don't know where the market's going to go once we take these highs, too. That's the other thing, right? I'm just making predictions. I think it makes sense for price to want to come back because of the relative equal lows in the unfilled 15, but I don't know. Does it count as delivery from an FEG if it closes in the FEG? So you're saying like if we came down here and tapped into this 2 minute and then price rebounded out of it, technically we're delivering from the 2 minute here, right? And that happened on this price, like not necessarily this one, because this gap was unfilled when we came down originally. It's better to see price run that previous low inside the gap and soup it, right? Yeah, but I think this is still good, right? Like we're still technically delivering from the 2 minute because we haven't made any lower lows and we haven't violated bear or bullish PD arrays, right? This is the last bullish PD array that sent price up and we're still respecting it, right? So this is the significant gap. Obviously, this gap isn't significant because we didn't make any higher highs off of it. Otherwise, this would become the gap that's significant, okay? But because we didn't make any higher highs off of it and we just completely disrespected it, it's not a significant gap. Does that make sense? So the gaps and PD rays that are important on the market to watch are the ones that make higher highs or lower lows. And then from that, you can establish like, okay, this is the important gap. This is the one to watch to see if it gets inversed. This is the one to watch to see how we react once we tap into it or once we sweep a low inside of it. We have bearish SMT. Let me check if that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. If we sweep this high. So yeah, bearish SMT with this high. But to me, it's not significant until we sweep this high here. If NQ were to come up and take this high before ES, that would be the candle high. That would be significant to me. Hey, what'd you guys think of Dodgy's Kahoot this morning? Dodgy, he did this like quiz game. It's called Kahoot. He did one this morning. Kahoot. 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 Goo is crazy. So we are about to sweep that last line of buy side liquidity. It's just taking sweet time. Yeah, sniper. Yeah, I can go over that. That's odd. Oh, why doesn't this dude have PM? Yo,
Yo,
what's going on?
any plays?
This 1 minute, but it sucked really bad, so we didn't take it.
Yeah, because there's LRLR above.
Yeah, we had the LRLR above as the draw, right? So that was kind of the idea, but we also have
Wait.
relative equal lows
Oh,
below. We have
that 1 minute to the long side.
yeah, but we have equal lows right here, and then there was also
Yeah.
this 30-second, right? So the 30-second never closed above, and then it went invalid once we hit the high. So um, if we came down and swept these equal lows, that would have been good,
Mm-hmm.
but we didn't get that. We don't even have an SMT there either, which would, like, if we would have gotten an SMT at these lows here, that would have been a little bit more interesting. But there's just
Oh, for sure.
nothing, just random reversals. So now we have an SMT, guys. So NQ has taken out the high here, and ES hasn't. So just gotta watch to see the reaction now. Personally, I want to see this 15-minute get filled in, and us to take out the relative equal lows. But if we're just going to continue to be bullish, then we're just going to watch the market go up. Also, this was a long in premium too. So that was the high to the low. So automatically just not A+. But PM should be good around 3 o'clock because guess who's talking to Trudeau at 3?
Wait, say that again?
Trump and Trudeau are talking at 3. The Canadian Prime Minister, and they're going to talk about the tariffs. So we'll see what happens. We'll probably get another spike in volatility.
I gotta leave in like 15 minutes.
Alrighty.
I might lease a Lamborghini.
Oh yeah? Which one?
I don't know, but I didn't know you can lease Lamborghinis. If I lease it to my company, it's a write-off.
Yeah, they're just like kind of expensive to lease.
Bro, I'd rather lease a Lamborghini and market it than pay the freaking government taxes.
Hey man, do what you gotta do.
So,
True.
we'll see what happens. I'm trying to learn white tax from all my crazy friends.
W.
I don't need to wrap it low key. I can just lease it and it's a write off.
I feel like it has to apply.
I just have to buy it through my company.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think you can do it for that, but you have to like specify if you're going to use it for business and personal, and then you can only write off the business use.
Wait, say that again?
So whenever you, I don't know, we have a CPA in here. His name's Fahrenheit, but what he says is whenever you're leasing something or using something, you can only like write off what you use for business. So like in this scenario, if you were to lease a Lamborghini, like let's say you drove somewhere for a business meeting and you wanted to flex basically that you had a Lamborghini because you wanted to increase your business presence or whatever you want to say for the case of your business. But in order for you to say that you're using it for your business, you have to have it advertising basically 24/7.
Yeah, I can easily do that.
Yeah.
Just put my
Sorry, I explained that so bad. Basically, if you're going to be using the car for both business and personal use, you can only write off the business.
makes sense.
Yeah. But if you put a wrap on it, you're always using it for business because you're using it for advertisement.
How are there 90 people in here?
I don't know. PM goated.
How'd it go from 50 to 90 all of a sudden though?
You mean today or just in general?
In general.
Last week, I don't remember why. I actually don't know.
Man.
Oh yeah, last Friday we didn't have many people in here. I don't know why. We had like 46 only. Even though I mentioned in the stream before that we were going to be on. I think just a lot of people were agreeing from Friday.
Oh yeah. That's probably why.
Yeah. I want to use this 2-minute as the inverse, but it's a little low. Like ideally, I want to get in from earlier.
The 5 minute doesn't look like Honestly, we could get a unicorn here on the 5.
Where's the breaker?
Right there.
You're saying this OB will become the breaker once we inverse the 2? Okay, so you're waiting for the 2 as well. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Because this is the gap that sent us up, so it's the significant one to confirm we're like getting that CISD.
I guess you could jump in on the 1 early.
Yeah, that's my other thing too, but because we have the equal lows, right?
Yeah.
And just use those to go break even or whatever. Let's see. Does prop rich? Oh my god, bro. Oh, nice. Okay, he's got it.
Dude, this person on, not to be unprofessional, but this OnlyFans girl messaged me on Instagram
Yeah.
or on Twitter, and she said, "Do you want a whatever pick?" And I said, "No." I said, "This is probably a bot or a manager or whatever." And she's like, "OMG, I'm looking for a manager. I want one of those friends." I think they're still capping.
Sounds like AI.
I said, "How much do you make right now off OnlyFans? A manager might not be worth it." She said, "I'm doing almost nothing. Where do your friends promote or models?" And I said, "Same way you do. They take over the Twitter accounts, OnlyFans, message, whatever." And then she said, "Tell me the name of the model if it is true." And I said, "Well, Becky Hill doesn't run her shit." And then she just didn't respond.
Hey, for those of you that just joined, welcome to PM Stream. This is what we do in here.
No. This is business management. It's still education. It's still educational.
Yeah, just nothing about this is telling me that we want to be bearish. Probably just gonna
They want you to think.
grind up for PM Stream, and then 3 o'clock comes and some news from Canada
Bro,
comes
I thought
out.
This
We
is a
drop.
Sentinel tweet. Luka Doncic apparently bought a $15 million house in Dallas last week and reportedly cried when he found out the Mavericks traded him. I thought that was Sentinel. That's real.
What? Wait, he bought a $15 million house in Dallas? Wait, can't he get out of the contract if it's within a certain... Oh, wait, no, it's only 24 hours. Damn. That sucks.
I blame Trump. Everybody knows Luka is an immigrant. It was only a matter of time. Mavs did the right thing getting Luka far away from the border.
My God, it's not even that far. They went from Dallas to LA. That's like the same distance.
That's such a point.
Dude, LeBron can finally retire now. That means though. LA, even a sanctuary city for high-profile NBA players now. Damn.
The Warriors have contacted the Lakers regarding a trade for LeBron.
What? LeBron and Curry? Wait, so in 1 week, the Lakers' whole identity is just gone. What was the point of having Braun on the team then? Oh my God, bro. I just don't care about the NBA enough. Guys, you want to hear the craziest part? LeBron could still play for like 10 years.
Probably. Someone said Dodgy collabed with Justin, so yeah, he's profitable. What does that even mean?
wait. So you collab with Justin, and Carlos collabs with you. So that's basically it means Carlos is profitable too.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, what's going on, Carlos? W alert. Did you see? Actually, never mind.
Could we get like a 1-minute setup up here?
Amen. Amen. Don't judge too hard. All right. So, I went to Top Golf yesterday. Right. How far do you think I swung the Top Golf driver?
All right, no, 5-second short here.
5 second, bro. Shut up.
No. I'm being serious. Does that not look alright? I mean, one R to like 6-7.
Yeah, guys. Let's take a look at the 15-minute chart here and take a short off the 5 second only as our only confluence.
Looks bad. Bro, look at the speed up and the speed down. Well, not speed down yet, but...
I'm just never gonna take a 5 second inverse as my only confluence when we've been bullish all day.
So if this was on the 1 minute, you want to take it?
Not even on the one. No, I'd probably wait for like at least a 2 or 3. Something like a better gap than just like a random gap in the middle of the range. Oh yeah, JP? Nice. Thomas, Dodgy was trying to take this 5 second short.
It doesn't look that bad.
It's okay. Dodgy said I gotta make back the money I lost from losing that drone.
Dude, I went to the construction site today and I said, give me a call if you guys see it. But they haven't found it. So I don't know.
Damn. Dude, low key, if me and my friends go to the casino sometime soon, I could go to that, area. It's pretty close. And we've been talking about wanting to go.
To Florida?
No, in Michigan.
What area?
The place you said you needed me to go to pick up that drone or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
From that dude.
Yeah.
Because that's where the casino is. Like, that area is like 10 minutes away from where we'd go to the casino. Yeah. Check out the 5 second from... Ooh. Yeah, Tom. I see that. Hey, it was invalid. Oh, wait. No, actually, the close was here. It would have just been a break even. Dang, we're just going to go up.
Dude,
That's annoying.
Harvard is pumping, bro. Actually, I know where they're pumping. We're going to go for the gap.
Yep. We're almost there.
I'm surprised when it retraced down to like the 15-minute though.
That's what I would have liked to. Wow, guys. Wow. We're on the same page. Trump releasing kill cams is wild. What are you talking about, Juice? Are you talking about like Russia Ukraine war stuff like he's posting on social media? Dude, what? You can't be posting that in here, bro. I know it's from him, bro. Trump posted a video of a drone killing an ISIS member. It's on his official Twitter account, Steve. So yeah, while we're just seeing the market pump up here, guys, we can't really do much. I mean, the intended draw seems right now to fill the gap. So whether that's the wick low here, probably up here all the way to 571, um, we'll just have to wait to see that reaction once it's filled.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys later. I don't know if I may be able to play tonight, but I gotta edit this vlog. I keep putting it off.
All right, man. Sounds good.
You gotta play though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm expecting for everyone here in the stream, the next short opportunity would maybe once we fill a gap. So once we hit like 21,660 or 21,560, and then maybe shorts. But I would not short until this gap's filled because it's pretty risky. So, all right, we'll see you guys later.
All right. Tapper, bro. That's awful. Wait, what? She actually got arrested? She actually got arrested. Wow, what a crazy conclusion to a wild person. That was actually probably the fastest I've ever watched somebody rise to fame and fall from fame. I was like, what, 6 months? I feel like she's not going to get that much time. I don't think she's going to get more than 5 years. If anything, she'll probably just get probation. I'm guessing this is like a first offense. I don't even think she was the mastermind behind it. She was just the face of it. Bro, why are... From where to where would you draw the new week opening gap? So, do you see this blue box? That's where I have it drawn. It's just the actual gap. So, from the close of last Friday's 4:59 candle to the open of today's, or Sunday's 6 o'clock open candle. So 571 down to, I guess, 201. So yeah, last week I've been working on just like creating systems for myself because I used to have like a lot of goals, but do you know what people, like all people have in common, winners and losers? They all have goals, right? And the difference is like winners have good systems in place, so I've been really just trying to focus on putting good systems into place. And so last week I was like focused on my health, and this week I'm going to try and focus on the business. So I'm gonna try and articulate my trading system, and then I'm going to start with the whole content creation grind because I've been procrastinating it for a minute. I can't even lie. Nah, right now, Monkey, I'm just working on diet because I think working out's fine. Like I used to work out all the time with my buddies in college. But what I found was when I was working out, when I was losing weight the first time, is I wouldn't really see much gains because I'm not eating enough, right? When you're trying to lose weight. And so there's not really any point until after you've like kind of gone through the whole weight loss process to then start like trying to build muscle. And you can lose a lot of weight just by changing your diet. Yeah, exactly. Like when I first lost weight, I literally just did it with diet. Like if I'm gonna go to the gym right now, it would just literally be for cardio basically. But yeah, I used to do push pull legs. That was like my thing. And push day was just literally just like half the day was bench, and then the other half was just doing triceps. We used to do sevens. Sevens were fun, and then on pull days it was just a lot of back, a lot of bicep stuff. We had this one really cool machine. It was like a seated row kind of, but it wasn't with a cable. It was like I don't know. And you would just that felt really good. Yeah, Danley, man, that's what I'm talking about. I'm reading Atomic Habits right now. Yeah, I'm on book 3 of the year, so um so yeah, like Dodgy said, we're gonna wait for the new week opening gap to get filled here. So even if we get an inverse to the downside, whether it's this 5 minute gap or whatnot, um, we kind of want to wait for that. What's the purpose? So Baker, this whole entire range of price from 201 to 571 wasn't traded, right? No trades were made. And the goal of the market maker is to collect commissions, right? And the way they do that is by executing as many trades as they can at as many different price levels, right? And that's an efficiently traded market. And so the purpose of marking it out is to monitor when price fills it in, and we have efficiently traded price because then we can expect the market to go to the next inefficiency, which in this case is probably the 15-minute below. So if the market tends to trade in a pattern of inefficiency to inefficiency, once this inefficiency is balanced or it becomes efficient, we can expect the next inefficiency to be targeted. All right, crypto, the slight edge. Is this basically just like Atomic Habits? Turning simple disciplines into mass. It's just basically a self-help book, like Atomic Habits. Yeah, okay. When would you normally mark it out? I just have a indicator that marks it out for me. All right, so if you guys are looking to use the same one as me, I use Weekly Opening Gap by Kryptonite. Um, I'm hearing notifications. I don't know what they're from. Where did those notifications just come from? Did anybody else hear that? I don't know what that was. Yeah, crypto. That's like the same idea as like Atomic Habits. If you get 1% worse every day, you'll eventually be left with nothing. And if you get 1% better every day, then you'll be 37 times better by the end of the year. Basically, like every self help book, to some degree, I feel like is just like basically do consistent things over time. And that's how you become like amazing in life. Maybe that's like an overgeneralization, but I mean, every self help book is basically like, okay, get a little better every day at one thing, or invest a little bit every month, or like that's basically the gist of everything. Which I guess applies to here too, in some ways, right? At least with education. We all get a little bit better every day by putting in more screen time and analyzing our trades and looking at the chart, listening to me, listening to Dodgy, watching content. Hey, so how about Braun potentially to the Warriors? It's pretty crazy. Have we even come back to that one? Yeah, so this is that 5 second dodge I was talking about. We still haven't inversed it yet. So last week, how many trades did we get? We got like 3 on Friday, but I didn't alert like any of them because I forget why. They were just like all eval trades, but I feel like one of them I alerted. It was the one that I said was like a free money trade. So 1, 2, and then we got 2 in money. So we got 4 trades last week, and then obviously more eval whatever. So we hit our max for last week. So maybe we can do that again this week. 2 to 4 trades. I was supposed to have an oil change today at 4:30, but they canceled on me because they had too many people out with the flu. Thursday will be a no trade day, probably because we have NFP on Friday. Do it myself. I don't have jack, and I don't really have space in my driveway for it, and I don't really feel like going somewhere to dispose of it. Unless, can't you just go to like AutoZone to dispose of it or whatever? Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have space for it. Otherwise, I would. I know how to do it. What I want to do, like, once I become, like, more well off and I have my own house and whatever, is, I want to have, like, my own, like, bay to work on a car and, like, finally learn how, um, to, like, work on a car. Like, I understand how things work and I've replaced stuff on cars. Like, I helped my girlfriend's dad replace a starter on her car, and I've seen enough content online, but like I've always been interested in like how things work, and even like when I was growing up, like I worked on Legos and I built and sold computers. And what car would I be eyeing? I don't know. Something that I can mess up and get away with it. But I'm not like a big American muscle guy or truck guy or older car guy, so yeah, that makes sense, Baker. JDM? I don't know. I feel like working on my one it's my girlfriend's cousin. He works on Volkswagens, so maybe I could get like a Golf or something. A Golf R to work on would be cool. Yeah, Jess. So not really because the draw is conflicting, right? So I think the draw is to fill in the new week open, and we haven't even tapped the bottom of that wick yet. So I mean, we can see, but yeah, I probably wouldn't take this, right? Kind of like what Ryan said when he was leaving. We got to wait for the one draw to hit before trying to target the opposite draw. There's not even anything good to take as like a continuation law. But yeah, I guess this would be more of a question for you guys. What would be like a good beginner car to work on? Something that's relatively easy where the engineers didn't mess with the mechanics too much. I know nothing Nissan. An old Porsche, Toyota Yaris, a Miata. I'm good. I won't fit in a Miata. I'm too tall. A Civic. Civic is easy. I want something with an inline six. Don't the I mean it's cliche, but don't the 350Zs? I guess that's a Nissan. That goes against what I just said. I yeah. So like, what's a car that has a lot of aftermarket support? Because that's what I'd want to use too. Something with aftermarket support and something that's a little bit easy to work on. E36. Yeah. Like what year, Tommy? So we're kind of getting this V-shaped look back up. Obviously, on the lower time frame, there's just nothing. 92 to 98. Civic definitely has the most support. Yeah, but I'd rather have a Golf, to be honest, than a Civic. I know Civic's probably more reliable, but that's not really the point. The point is something to work on. And I think I'd like a Golf too because my dad really likes Volkswagens. He used to have a VR6 Jetta. It was manual too, which I think they all came manual. Yeah, Tommy. Then I'll probably do a 96 or later. I don't know why we don't have like OBD3 yet. You'd think, like Type C is like the standard port for everything. Am I a fan of convertibles? I've never had one. I could be a fan. All right, let's focus on the charts. Um, so let's see. Did we get this like retrace to 50 here and just get that reaction? Yeah. So came back there, tapped into the 5, and then just got that 50%. And now we're probably just going to keep going back up. Would you guys prefer if, obviously we continue to do like, community engagement and just talk about things while price is stalling or just going to its target and there's not really much to talk about? Or would you rather me just stay completely 100% focused on the charts? Because sometimes I feel like we get a little unfocused and I don't want that to be like the gist of the stream. That's what I'm saying, Jace, right? Like, I could just sit in silence instead of talking about cars. Alrighty. Well, then I guess we'll keep talking about whatever. Keep it social. That credit lecture last session was dope. Okay, cool. Yeah. Sure, Henry. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, we can do somebody up on voice if anybody wants to come up here and just talk. Yeah, Chad, I get that. Yeah, those are cool, Jace. I'd rather have a WRX, even though Evos are more niche. Mostly we should make fun of Dodgy. Yeah, no, we can't do that. That's cool, Tommy. Tommy, is that yours? I like the rims. That's actually super clean. Would you ever do a chrome delete on the windows? You like it with the, yeah, I know. Some people like it. I like the contrast with the burgundy or whatever. Any opinion on placing hard stops now that Trump news is whipping price around? Yeah, I mean you should always be placing hard stops around. That's never changed. Hard stop with a low. Make sure that you always have a hard stop too at your 30% for Apex people if you're on a funded. Because you don't want to blow your account by not having the 30% threshold set. Yeah, supers are expensive though, Jace. If I lived in Australia, Nolan, I would get a what are those like sedan pickup trucks called? Utes. I'd get a Ute, like a Holden Ute. You just blow your payout, not your account. Yeah, you know what I mean, stalker. What about the 5-minute inversion? Yeah, so that's what we're looking at. That's what we have marked. The problem is, I'm still anticipating price to go to fill the new week opening gap. So they're digging up a driveway across from me. Is the 30 rule for a trade or the account? It's just for a trade. So if you take a single trade that violates 30% of the drawdown, you don't qualify for a payout. So for a 50K, for example, if you're in a trade and it goes down more than 750 and it comes back, you'll not be able to get a payout. All right, so let's take a look at this 15-second we probably got right now. Yeah, so we got the soup in the gap and then the 15-second back up. So this is technically like an entry, but I'm not taking a trade on the 15-second. I like the Holden Utes. That's like a Jetta Ute, kind of. That's cool, though. Yeah, let me see Holden. I forget what they're called. But yeah, these are cool. Stupid. Yeah, Nolan, I know. They're shared with GM. We got a Holden here. It was just called the Chevy oh god, what's it called? Oh, why can't I think of what it's called? No. Well, yeah, isn't the GTO one for Pontiac? But I'm talking about it's a different car. The Chevy SS. Yeah, that's it. This car is just a Holden. It's a rebadged Holden. Right? What's it called? The Holden Commodore? Commodore. Dude, I'm getting these weird, like, notifications. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, see? So this car and this car are the same. 10-second inversion was fire. Yeah, there was a 15-second too. But yeah, I'm not taking it straight off the 15, and I'm gonna wait for the 1 minute. I'm hearing these random notifications and I don't know where it's coming from. It might be Discord. Oops, I just opened the news. But yeah, I guess, does anybody want to come up on stage and have a mini one-on-one in front of everybody? Could just answer a few questions. Or is that too intimidating? All right, Adri. Yo, what's going on?
Yo, it's good. I don't have anything to ask though, bro.
I don't understand. I go in front of everyone and I ask, does somebody want to come up on stage and ask questions? And then Adri comes up and goes, I don't have anything to ask. All right, I'm kidding. Adri, here, I'll invite you back up.
Bro, so somebody else can do it if they want. But okay, I'll ask you something.
Okay.
All right.
We
see you see the 50-minute, right? You see the 50-minute if you go to the left, and that's why we're retracing right now, right?
To the left.
Because of that 50-minute BPR,
BPR,
yeah.
So you're saying we're just like stalling in it?
Yeah, we're gonna go for that New Day opening gap quick, I think, and then we're just having a little retracing with each other, right?
Okay. Interesting, man. So you're saying once we close above this, we're good?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm just asking. What's the point of this?
Oh, for me, I wouldn't really have any significance for this because I would be using the thing that's more significant, which in this case is, I think it's the new week opening gap.
And New Day, right? Because they're both the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, they're saying the same.
Yeah. And then I think why we retraced right now is obviously to come back for this 15-minute gap here, and then we respected the 5.
Wait, what do you mean? Which one?
So this 15-minute gap that we just formed, the 2 o'clock one.
Oh, I did not see that. Yeah. So what? You think we're gonna hit the low of the BPR and then go back up?
Well, I think we're just gonna go up right now. I think we're just gonna run the highs right now. Since we've already retraced and we've already filled in the gap, and then had higher. The thing for me that I was looking at was just the 5-minute here. So we put in this low here, and then at that same time we started the new 15-minute candle, and then once we put in this low in the 5-minute, we just souped it. So you. Sometimes that happens whenever we form a new 15-minute candle. So like every candle has to have like a wick. And so this is us putting in the wick by having price run lower, soup the low, and then had higher, right? Because the candle closed here, price ran lower, formed the wick to the downside, and then came back up, and then put in the top of the wick up here. So power of 3 working in real time.
And We have another question. What is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Favorite ice cream flavor? Dude, coffee's good, man.
Oh my god, bro, you're insane. Holy shit.
I like coffee.
Nah. Did you say coffee?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, how old are you?
Coffee's good, and then peanut butter chocolate's good.
Oh, well, peanut butter, no way you can go wrong with that, but bro, coffee, how old are you, man?
Bro, you ever had a tiramisu ice cream?
Obviously.
Yeah, that's good, bro. You ever had an affogato?
Yeah. Nah, not yet. I want to have one.
Yeah. It's good, man.
It's
You
so good.
balance the flavors, right? So the creaminess of the ice cream balances the bitterness of the chocolate, and it's like tasty.
Dude, that's insane. Coffee.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I can't do that. Does nobody else want to
Affogato.
come up?
That's how you spell it.
Yo, Xano wants to come.
Let's see. It's just like a shot of espresso poured over like vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, invite Xano.
All right. What's going on, Oksana? Reddit?
Yo,
Which Kardashian do you think will go? All right, bro. All right, bro.
what's good, PM stream?
Not much, dude. We're just watching the market just grind up.
Did you take anything at all today?
Yeah, dude. What do you think of this setup? This 1 minute long.
Yeah, I took it.
You took that?
Yeah,
Why?
because it looked good. That's pretty much it.
But what about the equal lows?
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to, but there was a good break-even point up top, so I didn't mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we didn't take this. But you know that.
Not ideal, but price action has been kind of weird, so I just thought it might work.
I liked this
Just an
because
eval play.
I liked this because we retraced on this move. I think it was back to a 5 minute. And then it was just like a nice 15-second V shape kind of setup here. But yeah, this 1 minute I wouldn't have taken because it's too close to the equal lows. And I wouldn't have taken this either because we already swept buy side after the setup formed. So if we
It was an eval play for me. That's it.
if we came down here and swept the equal lows and then got the long, or we had an SMT, I would have taken it. But there wasn't an SMT at the low here. There was
Yeah,
nothing.
that's what I was waiting for, but
Yeah, now I think the draw is just higher to the to fill in the gap.
yeah.
Hey, so Dodgy was talking mad shit about you and how you don't call out trades for the Top Step account. What's up with that?
Bro, I'd fucking call trades out and bro's playing Fortnite and misses the shit.
Okay, that's fair. That's probably valid.
Literally, I'm texting him, bro. So there was a long last week,
Mm-hmm.
and he alerted it at like, I don't know, some kind of time, and I was messaging him like 3 minutes before that, saying, yo, this 1 minute long, take this 1 minute long. And I'm like, bro, and yeah, he missed it.
Darn. Hey, the thing with the Top Step account is it's not your responsibility. It's the chats.
True.
Yeah.
Come on, chat.
Yeah. Hey, I bet you PM Stream and I could put together a winning profitable account before AM Stream could. What do you guys think?
I believe that. AM stream's too impatient, bro. PM stream is way more chill. Wait for good setups in PM.
We should we should do it with like Tradeify or something.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
true,
do it.
Joey.
Do it with somewhere that doesn't have an activation fee.
Yeah, I think Tradeify has a pretty good discount right now, so maybe I'll do them. I want to try somebody else besides MFFU and Apex.
I have a
'cause-
few Tradeifys. They're solid.
Oh, all right.
They have a lot of account options. Some of them are pretty cheap, so.
Yeah.
I'm confident. Everyone, just say yes.
I think I've taught enough people in here enough patience to know like
No,
what a good session or a
the
good
thing is,
setup looks like.
there's a lot less people in PM, and we're all kind of a little bit more focused up because of that, and so I think we take better trades.
The other part
PM's
is
just
we
more
roadmap a
patient
lot.
and- Yeah, true.
So like the problem with Dodgy is, or at least the AM session, is that whenever we get these trades that form during the AM, it feels like we don't have any time to take them because there's no like anticipation. Like we're not anticipating like, okay, we're gonna see like a pullback here to this gap, and then maybe we'll get along from there. Like there's no like
Yeah.
preparing for the actual setup when it happens. And then when it does happen, it's like too late.
That makes sense. Sniper, it's all about the V shape, bro. V shape with a sweep of liquidity and delivering to the left from the left is just, and if you can add an SMT in there, that's even better.
Yeah.
But the 3 candle V shapes that are like, I want to say 10 plus points are like my favorite ones.
Crypto, yeah, bro. Why do you think at the very top of my rules I say don't take PM trades? Or not PM trades, PM trades, poll trades. By the way, we do have news in 8 minutes, kind of. Trump is supposed to be talking with Trudeau about the tariff situation, kind of like this morning how he talked with the president of Mexico. So we'll see what kind of happens at 3 o'clock, and then maybe we'll get a setup.
Sniper, when price action is good, I would say like at least 3 times a week. Probably more though. Like a genuine light bulb that has a good delivery from the left and a good like higher time frame sweep. Probably 3 or 3 to 5. If it's a good week. Yep. But all right, I'm gonna hop out, guys. Have a good afternoon.
All right, man. Thanks for coming up.
Later.
You know what you should do? Trade an eval top step account and purposely go negative like the top step and see who reaches 53K first. Dude, but if I try and do that, I'll pass the account. But yeah, we could do it with top step. What does that sound? What do you mean? Does it sound like typing or like an insect? Yeah, we'll do a PM account. Yeah, Nolan. So basically, Dodgy will run a poll of like his students, and the students will vote on like a trade to take, and if enough people vote yes, then he'll take the trade. Yeah, Monkey, you got to do a lot of waiting. So this is what we'll do. I'll buy an account tonight, and we'll start it tomorrow. All right. And the reason I don't want to do it right now is just because I don't think the conditions are good right now. Hey, welcome, Chris. Would I purposely go into negative drawdown, though? Nah, I wouldn't. We just won't stop trading until we hit 3,700 or whatever. Or once we pass the account on eval, we'll just go into funded and we'll make another 700. What kind of account were you thinking? I don't know yet. Probably maybe Topstep. Futures is new to you? All right, Chris. Well, welcome. I already have 3 funded Fahrenheit, so that would just turn into a dormant account, which I don't want to do because I'm actually trying to like build up accounts on MFFU. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we'll do Top Step. And we'll just do 200 risk or Tradeify because Tradeify has a discount right now. So whichever one's cheaper, I'll just do either Top Step or Tradeify. I haven't heard anything lately, Chad. How would I rank Top Step? It depends. It depends on the discounts they have, but I'd put MFFU first, then Apex, then Top Step. If Apex is 90% off, though, Apex is the best. Yeah, Chris, that's what I use. I use Tradeovate as my brokerage, and I use Apex, and I copy trade. Is Tradeify any good? I've heard good things from them. How much is Apex right now? I think it's $40 or $35 for 25K. So the way that you figure out the formula for value is you go, okay, Apex has no, or Apex has a funding fee. Okay, it's $100. So you would do, I think like the accounts are now are $40. So you do 40x plus 100 equals 97x. Okay, because that's how much an MFFU account costs. Okay, and then you'd subtract 40 from both sides, and you get 57x equals 100, and then what that means is x equals about 2. Okay, so for every 2 accounts that you have an MFFU, it equals about an Apex account, or about 2 Apex evals plus the funding fee. So they're similar in value, but if you can pass a MFFU on the first try, it's cheaper. Yeah, Chris, that sounds right. This typing sound is so annoying. Oh, that's the financial juice. And I think it's coming through because I'm sharing Google, but I just muted it. See? What's the best play for the first payout in Apex? Do you go straight for max payout or you just withdraw at 2,600? I would just withdraw at 2,600 crypto. So we do have a bearish SMT here, by the way, and we're seeing this drop quite a bit. Oh, okay. So bearish SMT, but we have the news at 3. Well, I don't know if it's news. They're just gonna talk, so we'll see. So there's like the 2-minute close. Technically, with the SMT, this would be like decent. But this isn't the gap that sent price for a higher high, so I wouldn't call it significant. This is like the external gap versus the internal. So I'd be watching this gap for potential inverse. This does look really good, guys, because we'd be getting a breaker plus an OB plus the IFEG inverse. So this is probably an A+ setup. I just don't like the idea of trading as the news is happening, like where Trump is going to talk. So probably an eval play just because of that. Just got to watch the 15 too, right? So you're shorting, you're fading a 15-minute bullish gap. So this is an A+. This is like an A setup. It's all right. The problem with shorting right now is what Dodgy talked about earlier. We didn't fill in the total gap, so the draw, it could still be higher here. I'm kind of just hoping this doesn't trigger. I wouldn't take this as the first Top Step account trade, but if this is what the people voted for, like, I guess I'd have to take it. I think yeah, Exano, same. I'm just kind of hoping we don't inverse it, and then we just do whatever. So we don't even have to think about it. So yeah, no inverse there. We souped the low again, and now we have a 2-minute and a 1-minute, and yeah, that's it. Not really a good gap here. Nothing like obvious. Just the 2 minutes okay. So the 2 minute worked to the low here, and then it was just a break even trade. Are you waiting for the close below then selling? I am waiting for the gap to be filled, and then I'll probably look for a sell. I don't know why this keeps happening. Two-minute long. So we're still pretty high in premium. Why does this keep happening? Why? What is this doing? When I'm grabbing the chart and I'm pulling down, it for some reason will split the chart. This is like new. This has never happened to me before with TradingView. I'm trying to like replicate it. So I'm keeping an eye on this 2 minute here. This would be like an A minus setup just because of how high we are in premium. Maybe an eval trade. So there's the 2 minute close. Did we close over in the 1 minute too? Yeah, we did. Okay. All right, Sniper, got you. So yeah. There is a bullish SMT now here, so we are getting a little bit uncorrelated. We're seeing SMTs at both ends of the range here. Yeah, Ed. I was watching the 15-minute soup instead, but yeah, 30 minutes, same difference. So not a great reaction there. You want to see a price, kind of expand higher whenever we get an inverse, and us chopping and heading lower probably isn't a good look. So it looks like the 2 minute is going to hold here. Where would break even be? I think break even would just be at the highs here. So I just scaled some there at 1-to-1. Didn't alert this, obviously just said it was an eval trade. It's an A minus setup just because of how high we are in premium. And we have the news. So, all good. Just gonna watch how the rest of this plays out now. It definitely does a V shape, but it's too high in premium. We talked about it this morning over the Kahoot. Any trade that's too high in premium is just automatically A minus. If it would be an A plus trade in discount. Yeah, so if the draw is higher here and we're assuming the gap's going to get filled in, then yeah, that was kind of the reasoning behind it being a trade to begin with. But yeah, I got stopped in profit there. I just moved my profit, a few ticks above to cover commissions. But yeah, I entered on the retrace there for eval, so I was able to take partials at that one high and then break even on the rest, or at 1-to-1, I should say. So just a little evo trade there for me. Did anybody else take that on eval? Hey, good job, Chris. First win in PM. But yeah, I mean, you guys can see why, right? Like, on these trades, we want price to run to, the highs and be pretty energetic. And when we're not getting that, that's probably not a good sign. So there's like the fail of the gap, but we'd already been out for break even. Your break even stopped it in fill? Oh no. Yeah, Scotty. I figured, right? I just don't know what's being said at this meeting, right, with Trump, and it doesn't look great so far. So yeah, they said the call with Trudeau has begun. Oh goodness. Oh, welcome, Mandy. A little 3-minute held. Well, it's a good thing we got out then. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah. I wouldn't even be looking at this, to be honest. How big is this? Like a point, maybe? Not even? Yeah, a point. Interesting, though. Yeah, that's a really bearish sign. I'm not going to lie. With the SMT, we just broke that SMT now. The 5-minute does look okay, Nolan. Is the M5 still valid? I don't know, guys. We just had this conflicting draw. Like, we should see price come up and fill in the gap here. So, considering we're having to fade a 30-minute gap, a 15-minute, it's tough for me to say that, like, this is, like, a good entry, but I think, like, if we inverse the gap, we could probably see price run down to here. I just don't know if it would run lower than this low. I also would really like to see price close below this wick, because then that would be like putting in the 5-minute OB here. And that would be a good sign. It's tough when we don't fill in the new week, right? Dodgy literally said, the last thing he said before he left was, don't take a short until we fill in the new week. And I tend to agree with him, so I want to see that new week get filled in first. Alright, so let's pay attention again. Maybe we get another 1 minute up. Right, this goes with the bias, so we could take like another eval play here. We just keep souping the low, respecting the 5-minute time frame here. I could almost extend this out and start calling this LRLR. We don't even get the 3-minute inverse here. So yeah, I'm not alerting this, even if we do get the inverse here. We did it though. Close to the tick. So no inverse there. Gotta wait another 5 minutes. I'm honestly glad that's the case because, yeah. I guess Trump is going to talk with President Xi tomorrow. Does anything in this range, guys, look a light bulb? Maybe the 2-minute here, right? That we took. But to me, like, I don't know. What do you think, Oksana? Do you think this is anything that we've seen as light bulb here? If we come down here and hit this low before getting the inverse, it's invalid. Isn't this the 2022 model? Kinda. If you're saying this 1-minute gap that we're respecting and delivering from the VI here, yeah. This is like the 2022 because we have the market structure shift here. And then once we get that 5-minute close below, that will be like really like the market structure shift, the true one. And then we have the S&T, and then we're just, you know, putting in a gap and delivering from it. So this, you could call this 2022 for sure. I wouldn't say it's like A plus 22, but yeah. So with that assumption in mind, if we were to inverse this back to the upside, we'd be inversing all the 2022 shorters. Along after hitting the low here. So yeah, you're seeing the 30-minute gap. Yeah. Yeah, true. So in one more minute, we'll get the 5 and the 15-minute inverse. Oh, I don't know what to do here, chat. It looks good. It's just the momentum is not. The momentum is just not good. Honestly, like whenever I like indecisive about a trade, I think the best thing is just not to take it. So. 5 and 15 inversed. Okay. I'm interested. Why are you calling back to that? You talking about down here? Oh, yeah, and then we get the big news spike. Yeah, you're right. It's just, yeah, we shouldn't be shorting before the draws hit, before buy sides hit. So here's the inverse. I guess what would the stop on this be? 40 points. So for good risk management, you could take this with like maybe a micro. Just based on the current conditions. Did we get the 15 there? Yeah, we did. Okay. So yeah, a micro here, you know, might work to the low, and then that's like $40. So there you go. But I probably wouldn't risk more than that, just knowing the current market conditions. And then if we were to like come up and inverse this 1 minute back to the upside, that's probably a bad look, and that's probably where I would stop out. But yeah, this would be like an eval trade for sure. I mean, obviously not taking anything unfunded. I don't take funded plays unless it's an A plus setup. And if I'm uncertain about a trade, then I know obviously it's not A plus. Am I in? I mean, I'm trying it with a micro and eval, but I don't have any conviction in this trade working. I'm just trying it because, like, mechanically, like, this should work to at least the low, right? We get the 15 and the 5 inversing at the same time. There's an unfilled 30-minute gap down here that could be the draw. But I wouldn't take this unfunded at all. This is fine because if we are to expect the 15-minute candle to be bearish here, we should be getting a wick to the upside. So that's like that first few minutes of manipulation. And then maybe the down move after the fact, where we put in this order block, and then that sends us down. But like I said, I really don't have conviction in us heading lower here. I'm just trying it because mechanically it looks good. I want the draw, you know, higher. I want the new week opening gap. Yeah, Jace, that makes sense. So let's see. What are we coming back here for? Anything? No. Yeah, this is about as bad as it gets, by the way. When you take like an inverse and it just instantly goes in the opposite direction. So yeah, I'm glad we didn't take that unfunded or anything important. I didn't alert it because, like I said, no conviction in this working. I'm just taking it for the basically the mechanicalness of it. For science, sure. To prove a point. To prove that in conditions where we don't hit the draw, we need to wait. So maybe this out of the downside. I mean, we gotta wait a little bit, but dude, PM was supposed to be decent. We were supposed to get news from Trump and get a massive candle like we did last Friday. What happened? He's been giving all of his tariff news in the afternoon. I guess the tariff news came out early today. It came out at 10:20 or whatever. So this is the last roadblock for longs here. So if we see this get inverse to the upside, I'd imagine this LRLR here gets ran, and we see you know, maybe the new week opening gap get filled. Yeah, that's why we have both of them, or we had both of them drawn. I just removed it because we'd already gone past it. But yeah, this whole thing you'd be considering as like the inverse, and it looks like that is going to be the case. Where was the stop loss again? Yeah, so for the eval 1 micro short, if you entered here, your stop would just be a close over this. That's about it. But like I said, I wouldn't have been in this. All right, Jess. For me, this is a better play than the short. Just because it goes with the bias more. We have liquidity above. This is good momentum up. So I'm okay with that. Your stop is a little big, but that's okay. It's like 17 points. It's not too bad. Well, Tradeify announcement. Nothing. Break even at 506. Yeah, this high for sure. And then runners after 519. Jess, what happens if the market starts to stall here and we don't get the inverse, or when we do get the inverse, it's just like really bad momentum? What are you gonna do? You won't take it? All right, good man. Maybe my 1 micro will be saved. So Jess, if we have a singular candle back up with good momentum and we form the 1 minute OB, you won't take it? No, my fade. Not the low taper, no. But yeah, that would change your mind? Okay. So yeah, if we got a singular candle back up, putting in the OB, I agree. I think that would probably make it a little better. Because this could just be a retrace to like the 3 minute or whatever's down here. Oh, we didn't get to it. By the way, guys, for those of you with significant others, Valentine's Day is next Friday. Yeah, Jace, I do a, what do I usually get? Why can't I, a crew cut? A crew cut with like a 2 on the side. No fade. Because I have straight hair. Kit waves. Alright, dapper. Yeah, Jess, at this point, this is an A plus momentum. So I wouldn't take it. This 1 minute gap is giving the market lots of trouble. By the way, the 5 minute I don't think it's failed yet. Yeah, we're still holding it. So there's the 5 minute. I got Jace and Jess. I'm just all over the place. Let's go, the 1 minute micro. Come on. Get us back. I guess we just got news about Trump dismantling the Department of Education. All right. Who's talking? It's Financial Juice, man. All right, let's take a look. Did I miss something on the 2? So we have the 2-minute here that needs to get inversed and the 3. And that'll happen in 20 seconds. Come on, 3-minute. So this would be like the confirmation entry. Obviously, if the 2 gets inversed as well, I'm going to see multiple time frames confirmed. So there's a 3. Vegan, that's not how futures works. We get RR, we don't get X's. Would not take that. Yeah, you want to wait for the multiple time frame confirmation. So that 2-minute needs to get swept below 2. Yeah, there you go. 1 to 10. 1 to 10. 1 to 10. What would that be? What would you be targeting off the confirmation setup here? So 60 points. Which, like, if you targeted like the equal lows, I mean, like, maybe it's possible, I guess. So here's 15 seconds before the 2-minute gets inversed. Oh my gosh, guys, we're back green. We're back green in the micro. All right, now that we've inversed everything, we're going to go back up. Hopefully we sweep out this low. We do have an SMT, by the way, at the low here, but I don't think it's going to matter. If we take out this low, I'm going to go to break even, obviously. I'm tempted to just get out right now, but I mean, we're in the micro, so why not? It's just a micro. My stop now is above that 1 minute there. If we come back up, back to like the equal highs or whatever, I'm just going to stop out or whatever. This one here. Dude, low key. I don't even feel like being in this trade anymore. For the fun. Do you think I could do the eval passing method on Top Step? I think so. Okay, so there's the break even for this trade. So I'm going to go stop the break even there. And let's just hope. Let's just hope we get a good close. All right, let's see. Maybe we do go for the equal lows down here. Jeez. How's it been? Pretty mid, William. All right, sounds good. Financial juice. Did anybody else hear that? Does everybody hear when the financial juice goes off? Kind of quiet. Okay, good. That's the point. It should just be for me, but you guys can have it on in your background too. You could, like, if you took multiple micros and not just the one, you could scale here. Obviously, my target's the equal lows, so I'm just gonna hold for those. This sucks. I'm doing this on Apex because my drawdown's gonna be cooked if we don't hit them. Where am I scaling? Right here at this low that we just hit. So we made equal lows there. So if we take out the equal lows, that's where you have your first scale. Was this an eval play? Yeah, I just said I was taking it with 1 micro and an eval. No, there's not another trade. We've just been in this short the whole time, the 5-minute short. We talked about this all afternoon, like pretty much since the 5-minute gap formed there. I said my stop out would have been a close above this 1 minute. We never got it, so I'm just in the trade still. I just had my stop at break even on a micro. And then there would be like the first scale if you took it with more than one micro, but I just recommended one, and I'm just trying to hold for the equal lows down here. So this would be so funny if this ended up working. I don't know why this would work, but I guess. Your eval bust, by the way? No. Hey, Jace, that's why you don't fade me, bro. All right, Nolan. See you tomorrow, man. So the reason why I would scale one here at this low is because we're running into a 30-minute gap now, right? I talked about that earlier. No, you're good, Jace. You're good. I'm just messing around. Like, I'm guessing you were too. Did you? I'm guessing you took that with size. That's why it blew. And then it just, you know, the drawdown. You were up a lot. What were you targeting there? Just high a day? 3 cons? Yeah. Yeah, that'll happen. And, like, when it comes back to your break-even point, when you entered, it's like, well, I've already cooked my drawdown. Might as well just hold out the trade and see what happens. Because when it came back, you were down, like, what, 1.5K? Exactly. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So we're seeing kind of this V-shape setup forming out of the 30-minute gap here. Maybe we came back down and hit 50% of the 15 too. Maybe I missed that. Nah, we didn't. Okay. I didn't miss nothing. So, equal lows still could be in play. I almost got tapped out break even there, but got lucky on micros, I guess. I think I'm going to get break even, though. So yeah, my break even is like at 6.6 here, something like that. Oh, one tick away. Almost got break even there. And break even. Wow, what a trade, guys. What a trade. Did I take any A+? No, there weren't any A+ today. This 5-minute short, we had conflicting draws on, so I just took it on eval. The 2-minute long here was too high in premium, so we just took it on eval and scale at 1-to-1 and then break even. And then everything else. Like this trade down here was like a B setup because we had equal lows below. So yeah, there you go. Now here, the setup that we could get is either, I'm guessing it looks good on the 4-minute actually. Yeah, so we have this 4-minute BPR. I think I'd rather just use the 5. So if we got this 5-minute gap here, yeah, we just got it. Okay, so if we got this 5-minute back up, that would be all right. We're kind of running out of time, to be honest. So yeah, it looks like we just came back up, hit the OB, and just reject it again. Yeah, nothing really singular. So yeah, I think equal lows could be in the cards if we get through this 30-minute. Give me a number 1 to 5. If it's the number I'm thinking, I'm longing on another eval. 4. Was that the number? Was it really? So, do you know why I guessed 4? Because I just made a very big deal about the 4-minute time frame. So you had the number 4 in your head already, and I knew that I was like in your head, and so that's why I just said 4. What movie is that? Isn't that with Margot Robbie, Chris? What's a coupon code for Tradeify? I don't know. Feb. Great. Yeah, William. Yeah, we're probably on the same page about that stuff. Focus. Jace is on full tilt. He's revenge trading. Alright. I know there's that one like Asian dude in it who's like trying to gamble with him. Hey, maybe we just need to inverse Jace, guys, because he just said he was going short, and now we just moved up 10 points. Yo, Jace, you want to come up on stage and call out what plays you're doing so we know what not to do? You don't have a mic? Okay, I'm just kidding. I mean, it's only 10 points. Like, who cares? But, yeah. So that's cool. Both of the eval plays I called out worked out, which is good, but obviously not funded. Yeah, Jace, don't even bother. Just wait for something, bro. Building bad habits, even if you're just messing around. What's the news alert thing that we keep hearing? I don't know. I mean, there's financial juice, but there shouldn't be any news alert thing. It's just the one dude talking. This is what it looks like, Scotty. So here's like basically your Forex factory on the left. So these are just like all the different red folder newses and whatever. And then here's like all the actual news. So politicians talking, Fed speakers, just random news. No, this is free. I think I get delayed data though. If I paid, I'd get like the current one, which I don't know what or how delayed this is, but yeah, yeah, for sure, Scotty. Ooh, this 15 second short actually doesn't look bad. Dang, I mean, how big is that? 1.75 points. Yeah, never mind. It looked good, and then I looked at how big it was, and it's only 3.5 points, so never mind. But it was like a soup delivering from the 5 minute there, so it's not the worst play. Yeah, what's up, Maya? Did you want to come on stage, or were you just like asking here? Oh, okay. Sorry, I can't hear that. You wanted to come up on stage? Okay, yeah. Let me invite you up.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hello.
Hello, team. I got busted today.
Okay.
The short and went long because of the news.
Okay.
You put a hard stop. Dodgy says he does not put a hard stop. I do not have a hard stop, and that is always my concern. My concern is that you don't have a hard stop. You don't get stopped. You get, like one tick before getting stopped out. And then the next candle is a huge candle, like this morning, and you just don't know where to stop. When you get the stop, I mean, the loss is pretty big.
Yeah.
So I am always debating between what is the correct thing to do, because sometimes I do use the stop, and then the stop takes me out, and then it goes my way,
Yeah.
So that's a question for me today.
Sure. So what I like to do is I just like to have a hard stop at the low of whatever FEG I'm using. So sure, like worst case scenario, I end up taking like a 10, 15, maybe even 20 point extra loss than I normally anticipated. But those scenarios only happen like 1% of the losses, and then I only take a loss like maybe 10% of the time. So it's 1% of the losses that I take 10% of the time of. So you'll see like a loss like this where we go and hit the low or hit the high in 1 in every 100 trades. It's very rare. And so yeah, what I would do is just have your hard stop set, and then just play your manual stop as normal. The close below and the close above, and that way you can prevent instances here where if we get the inverse down and then we pump like 50 points, you're not running into that issue. And then if there's like any trades where the stop is too big in general, like I'm not sure what short you were in this morning. I'm guessing it was like a 5 minute.
Just a tick short and
Was it this, right?
look at the size of that candle going up.
Yeah, no, I hear you. That was because of the news that came out, right? So one thing that's also going to help you with that is watching this, right? Watching Financial Juice, because if we get news that comes out, you'll know like why we're moving up so high. So like in this scenario where the 5 minute got inverse to the downside there, I just wouldn't be in this personally, because for me this is taking a short off the buy side of the curve, and I don't like taking shorts off the buy side of the curve, and oftentimes you'll run into these scenarios, right, where you just have like really big stop losses because of like the way that like the what is
That is
happening?
not the buy side of the curve. That's a sell side of the curve.
No. So you took this inverse, right? That's what you're saying. This 5 minute,
No. The one on the right. The one on the right.
the one on the right.
Completely opposite. That one. That one that you have right there.
This 1 minute here.
Where are you? I'm driving.
Oh, you're
doing
good.
something. It's really crazy. Just right there where you are, but below the purple block that you have on the right, that short. I think that short.
Oh, this one right here. 255.
No. No, I can't see the hour because I'm driving. Go to the
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
That one right there.
Yeah, so you entered
That's
here.
short. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is you entered short off of an inverse of a gap that was on the buy side of the curve. Does that make sense? So like all of these gaps that form here, I would consider the buy side of the curve, right? And so when you're trying to take an inverse off that side of the curve, it's lower probability than taking something like, let's say here, like this. This isn't the buy side of the curve. This is where we're like accumulating, right? This is like the accumulation phase of AMD, right? Or even like something here, like on the 2 minute, I think we had a shorter, like the 30-second, right? These gaps that happened like a long time ago that are from like a previous session or on a different side of the curve aren't as reliable, right? And so this is what you'll see sometimes happen. So just to prevent this from happening at all, I mean, obviously news happened, so you couldn't really do much about that. But taking these setups all the time, what I mentioned is the good setups are like the V-shaped ones. This is more of just like taking an inverse that happened on a gap that occurred like many hours ago. But yeah, Maya, we can sit down and have a little chat about it if you want. Just like how to like frame trades, or I can go over it in like tomorrow's session when you're not driving, so that it's easier for you to hear what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Alrighty, sounds good. All right, I'm gonna move you back to audience now. Thanks for the question. All right. So we're still moving down towards the equal lows now. It's kind of an unfortunate stop out there for me. So I got stop break even here, right, when we got the 5 minute close. And I was in at like 6-7, and then price just came back up, hit the OB, and then we're just still dropping, right? But yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay, so the 5 minute short triggered, and then obviously we're just still dumping. I wouldn't be in off the 5 minute here because you should have been in from up here. And we took that initial 5 minute short because now you're shorting in discount. But yeah, it looks like we got the draw right. The equal lows did want to be hit there. When we were struggling to continue higher here and we put in the bearish SMT, I was kind of anticipating shorts, but just unlucky how the break even stopped worked there. I'm always going to go to break even there though, just because we're untapping we're tapping an on-filled liquidity, which was that 30 minute there. So. No, Fahrenheit. This we had equal lows below this long, and then the 2 minute long that we got here was too high in premium. So that was another eval play. And then this short was obviously going against the bias, which we figured was filling in the gap. And then obviously with the SMT, that kind of shifted. And then once we finally got that 5 minute inverse, that was like our CISD. So like you could say this 5 minute inverse here was funded worthy. But in my opinion, I wouldn't want to be sitting through how many points of drawdown would this be? Like 35 points, you know, if price came back against me. So just for like psychology's sake, I wouldn't take that unfunded. Yeah. So there was no 3 minute, solid textbook entry there, other than this confirmation entry which I brought up. But you wanted to wait for both the time frames there to close. So this is when the 2 minute time frame closed, and that would have been a break even trade regardless. So yeah, nothing here like funded worthy. Do you guys understand what I'm talking about, by the way, when I was discussing like taking a trade off the buy side versus the sell side of the curve? What we're looking for whenever we're looking to take a trade is we're looking for this V-shaped setup, right? We're looking for this like obvious manipulation leg up and then obvious distribution leg down, right? We're not looking to take trades that are on two complete different sides of the curve, right? Where we see this, right? Where price comes up, maybe we get that manipulation leg there, and we come back down, right? Like we shouldn't be taking inverses like that, right? And that's kind of like why taking this 5 minute this morning isn't the best trade to be taking. It's just lower probability, right? And you want to be like trying to take trades that are happening in the same session or based off of PD arrays that are happening in the same session as the current one. You can use PD arrays that have been left unfilled from previous sessions as draws, but I wouldn't be using them for like entries. All right. The trades I prefer the best are the ones that happen after we sweep liquidity and then immediately get that nice V shape, or the gap off a gap, right? The confirmation setup. So imagine there's like the V shape, and then like we come back up, put in a 30-second BISI here, and then the short through that. That's the confirmation setup, right? But yeah, here's 350. Here's the macro. All right, Fahrenheit. Catch you tomorrow. For a 10 a.m. reversal. Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, so we came down, hit the 4-hour gap, and then launched back up. Yeah, I'm saying the long would have been fine, right? Like, if we would have gotten an entry on it, the long here would have been fine. I'm saying taking the short, though, is not the greatest. Right, so this is that V shape, right? I just wouldn't have taken a short there at all. I mean, we're deep in discount. Yeah, there's just no trade. We're in the 4-hour, like you said. No, you're good. Yeah, I was talking about the short based off the 5 minute gap across the other side of the swing there. Like right here, here's an example of like what I'm talking about happening in live time. So this is the buy side of the curve, obviously, right? We can all agree on that. And then this is starting to look like the sell side of the curve. This SMT that formed here at this high is obviously our manipulation leg, so we kind of have like this accumulation thing going on. Manipulate up, and then now we're distributing back down. This happened, these gaps happened on the buy side of the curve. So I wouldn't take an entry off of the sell side of the curve now. This entry on the 5 minute up here, right, is like more V-shaped. Like obviously it's on the buy side of the curve, but what I mean by buy side of the curve, I mean like a gap that was formed a long time ago that's in discount of that side of the curve. If it's in premium, we still don't know if the sell side is forming yet until like we obviously violate that gap. So this is like when the sell side of the curve is created. That's when you should be taking that first trade. It's when the sell side of the curve is created, not when it's already been established, right? Does that make sense? Because like in this example, right, you see how like up here we chop, and then we also chop here, but we continue to move up here because we haven't established the sell side of the curve. Here we started to move down because we established the sell side of the curve when we put in this 5 minute inverse plus the OB. Okay, so these are the trades you should be taking when we finally establish the sell side of the curve, when we get that market structure shift, not when we've already established the market structure shift and then we're looking for like a cope entry. Basically, we're looking for an entry later based off of a gap that's existed on the buy side of the curve. You should be looking for the gap that is significant, that's holding price up, to take as like your inverse to the downside. I know that's like confusing. With time, you guys will get it though. So we've kind of formed this LRLR thing going on here. Back to the upside now. The 3 minute looks pretty good for a potential inverse here. Yeah, I think the 3 minutes the best. Obviously, at this point, I think I'm done. And now that we're kind of aiming for these equal lows, I wouldn't be wanting to take a long with equal lows below, but it could be like another eval setup because we kind of have a nice break-even point here. But it is like basically the end of the day. I'd rather just see this 3 minute gap here get respected, and then we continue to target those equal lows. Wait, this is actually way more algorithmic. This is about to get ran. There's no way these 30-second stacked lows like this don't get ran, right? I missed this when I was doing the analysis. I didn't realize like this is like textbook. So yeah, we're probably just going to keep going down. I wouldn't take a long here. So they're like 15-second, 5-second maybe. Ooh, equal lows below. Yo, who's taking this, chat? There you go. There's the entry. I think it's, yeah. I'm guessing there's like an SMT there too on the 5-second. Ooh, okay, okay. The 5 seconds cooking. Hey, we should be listening to Dodgy more, chat. He knows. He's a knower. The 5-second is actually the cheat code. Time is fractal. I didn't take this on anything, but I think it's funny that it worked. Oh, really? Riskies? Nice. Alright, so there's the break even, or potential scale or whatever, right? And then your target still is the equal lows. Dude, this would be crazy if this worked. The The LRLR was like way too algorithmic not to dump, right? That was low-key a light bulb setup for me on the 5 second. I'm not gonna lie. Let's go, Jace. Hey, would PMF voted yes on this setup? If I pulled it? Yeah. So came back up here, tapped it on the 1 minute. Hopefully this just gets respected and we just keep going lower. All right, we got 2 minutes left in the day. You guys have been great. Thank you for joining PM session, for all of you new people, and thank you for those who have been here for a while for sticking around. We'll be back again tomorrow at 1:30. I'm gonna stick around just till 4 o'clock here to see if these equal lows get hit. But yeah. This week is our short week, which I'm debating on rearranging because we have Valentine's Day next week. So what do you guys think we should do? I guess we'll talk about that tomorrow. William, I'll see you at 8 or actually 9 o'clock tomorrow, since we've already kind of met before, and we'll just kind of jump into things. All right. For sure, Scotty. All right, let's see if the equal lows can finally get smacked for those of you still in the trade. Oh, right. Yeah, because you're UK time. So it'd be like, what, 2 o'clock for you, I think? You're 5 hours ahead, right? Yeah. So I'll see you at 2 o'clock your time. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, it's only 4 o'clock here for me. But yeah. I'll make sure to sleep well at 12 o'clock when I go to bed in about 8 hours. All right, Dapper. Catch you later. Come on, equal lows. Bang! 5 second pays. Who took that? Bang. Wait, Vegan, did you actually hold that for the 10R? On the confirmation entry or whatever? So you just got out there? Still holding? No! What? No! Wait, we hit the target. What do you mean? What do you mean you're still holding? What are you trying to target? That was the target. $50 more? No, Vegan, we can get it tomorrow, bro. Don't be greedy. You're about to give it back. Even if you don't give it back here and you make it, you're building bad habits. All right, Ed. See you tomorrow. All right, well, I'm going to wrap up stream. I cannot be responsible for what happens to that account. All right. See you guys all tomorrow. Peace out.